everybody. Hope you're having the best day of your life. And if you woke up in America this morning, congratulations. You truly are the 1% of all time. And that is a fact, people. There are millions of people from all over the world who wish they were where you are this morning, and they're not, and you are. Be thankful for that. Don't allow any fool politicians to convince you that you're a victim, that you're somehow that you're a victim when you woke up in the greatest nation that has ever existed on the face of the planet. 9/11, 2001, this beautiful nation was attacked by Islamic jihadists. They killed almost 3,000 Americans. It was a horrible day. It was a horrible day. Those of us who lived through that day remember the sorrow and the anger and just, oh my gosh, it was so terrible. But you know what? That was a unifying day. That was a day of unity. It was a day when Americans came together. I remember that our Democrats and Republicans on the steps of the Capitol singing God Bless America together. All right. America was united in patriotism. We are a nation that is not united by genetics. We're not united by bloodlines. We are united by an idea. The idea that all men are created equal, endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We are united by liberty and freedom and justice for all. That is who we are as Americans. That is what unites us. On that day, we saw that come through as clear as a bell. When those firefighters and those first responders, those firefighters and those police officers were running into those Twin Towers to save Americans, they were not going in to save white Americans. They were going to save anybody they could find in those buildings. The smoke was so thick you couldn't even see. All right, it's a perfect metaphor for a colorblind society. You want to know what a colorblind society should look like? It should look like those firefighters and those police officers running into those towers to save anybody they could find. All right. We are Americans. We are not united by blood. We are not united by race. We're not united by genetics. We are united by that idea. We are colorblind. We do not discriminate against people based on the color of their skin. In fact, we judge them according to the content of their character. All right, that is who we are. There is now a totally counter narrative to that, which seeks to divide us, which seeks to destroy us, which seeks to take away our unity. And on that day, we actually had, during that time, we actually had the canary in the coal mine warning. We just missed it. On that day, remember how united we were, flags everywhere, people coming together, singing God Bless America, churches filled up, everything was awesome. And our response to that, we were unified and we loved it. It was amazing. Of all the horrible things that happened that day, the beautiful thing was how united we were as Americans. All right. I wrote a poem, just a quick paragraph. It's nothing big, but it's deep because this says it all. And this is actually who we need to be today. In the darkness of the black smoke, in the rain of the white ash, there was no color among us on that day. On that day, we were all just Americans. That's what we need moving forward. In the darkness of the black smoke, in the rain of the white ash, there was no color among us on that day. We were all just Americans. That is who we need to be. We cannot allow these people to divide us. The canary in the coal mine, we were all united in patriotism. It was an amazing time. But then there was a counter message that came out that just didn't seem like, it was out of tune with the rest of it all. And that counter message that came out was, Islam is a religion of peace and forgiveness. Islam is a religion of peace and forgiveness. Islam is a religion of peace and forgiveness. And all those who remember that day, it was just a strange thing. I mean, you mean the guys who just flew the planes into the tower? Those guys they represent a religion of peace and forgiveness? You mean the people who had one of the greatest military conquests of all time? They conquered the entire Middle East. They took out the Byzantine Empire. They went across North Africa into Spain, slaughtering anybody who stood in their way. One of the symbols of their religion is the sword. Those people are a religion of peace and forgiveness. Interesting. It just doesn't. It seemed to defy logic. And then you remember what happened? Anybody who said anything bad about Islam, they lost their jobs. Remember that? Remember how it played out? There was people losing their jobs. This was our early warning. This was the canary in the coal mine. We should have seen it then. The woke culture was coming alive. It had already started to infiltrate our businesses, our government agencies, things like this, even some churches. 20 years later, they've rooted very deep into our businesses, rooted deep into our government agencies, deep into our churches, deep into our sports leagues, deep into our sports franchises. That's why all this craziness is going on. It doesn't make any sense. It's the same thing. They seek to divide us. We were united on that day. We are united as a people just in general because we are united by an idea of freedom and liberty and justice for all. What they seek to do, what these current social justice warriors are seeking to do, is to divide us according to race. Literally divide us. Literally, in their worldview, all white people are racist. In their worldview, all white people are racist. In their worldview, we have to separate according to race. It's just the opposite of who we are as Americans, just the opposite of who we were on that sad, horrible day. But we were united that day, and that was the beautiful thing about it. We need to get back to that. We need to be a colorblind society. We need to get back to treating everyone, to rushing into those buildings to save people's lives, and it doesn't matter who they are. If you think that those firefighters, if you think that those police officers were racist that day, then you're just delusional. You have no idea. You're in a cult and you don't even realize it. The truth of the matter is that we love each other as Americans. We can be different. We have people come here by the millions from all over the world, always refreshing and strengthening our republic, because these people come here for a reason. They're escaping the oppression and suppression of dominant, all-powerful governments to get to a place where they have freedom and liberty. All right, where they can be entrepreneurs, where they can live out the American dream. That is why they come here. All right, that is why they come here. Do not allow these people to separate us. Stand up. Do not be afraid to lose your job. You got to speak up. You cannot let this continue. If you have to stand up, if you have to lose your job, God is faithful. He will get you a new job. But we need to speak up. We need to stop being afraid. We need to have courage and be brave like we were on that day. Remember what those guys did on that flight. On that flight when Scott Beeman, I think his name was Scott Beeman, said, let's roll, and they took down that plane to save other Americans from dying that day. We need to sacrifice ourselves if we need to stand up for freedom and liberty and justice for all. We need to stand up for America. America needs us. We need to stand up. Love you guys. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, please like, please share, please comment. God bless you guys. Don't ever forget those we lost on that day. Don't ever forget the unity that we had on that day. For you younger people, go back and watch. It was a sad day. It was a horrible day, but it was a beautiful day in the fact that we were united as Americans. God bless you. God bless America. Trump 2020, everybody.